Okay guys, so this is the story of Suzi Sulphate, and here is Suzi Sulphate, and as you can see, she's pretty attractive. Now, sometimes she's just called Miss Sulphate, if they use her last name, but she's also quite keen on the metals, who you might know as boys. Now, Suzi just so happens to be dating, yes, she's dating, she's outrageous, she's dating a guy called Colin Copper, specifically. Now, Colin has had a bit of an accident. He's only got one arm, he's only got one eye, and he's a bit of a downer, really. He's got this sad little face going on. And so when Ian Iron comes along, let's write his name in there, let's put my pen, Ian Iron, comes along, her eyes shine on him and think, whoa, he's got two arms and two eyes, and he's not such a downer with the old grumpiness. I fancy dating him instead. So the end result is that Suzi decides she'll date Ian instead and displaces Colin, or Ian displaces Colin after this relationship. It's a bit sad for him, obviously, as I clear my throat, but now we've got Ian and Suzi, also known as Iron Sulphate, if you choose their surnames being made, and you've got Colin Copper on his own. He's been displaced. But the story goes on. So as Ian and Suzi there, or Iron Sulphate as I might call him, come along, another person comes along and catches Suzi's eyes. Here he comes. So Suzi sees this newcomer, Zach, and thinks, whoa, look at him with his hair and his shoes. What an attractive specimen of a metal that is. This is Zach Zink. Zach Zink, highly attractive. I know that you're thinking, whoa, could things get any better? And obviously, Zach will displace Ian Iron, so Ian will get pushed out of his former relationship. He still looks quite happy about. And we get a new couple formed, this new couple of Zach and Suzi. I guess you could call them Zinc Sulphate if you use their last name. So Zach displaced Ian, or Zinc displaced Iron, and now we get a new chemical compound. Let's take the story on to the next level. So Zach and Suzi, or Zinc Sulphate, are doing their own stuff. Look, they've been out on a date and Zach's bought himself some new shoes, but unfortunately along comes the incredibly attractive Malcolm Magnesium. Put him in there. Malcolm Magnesium, let's just draw him in there. Well, Malcolm's a bit unusual in that he's got a bit of a side profile going on here. So let's have his head. Let's have a nose for him. He's smiling. Let's give him some funky hair as well, because he deserves that. There's a bit of a rocker going on there. There's his side hair, and there's an ear, there's his eye. Obviously, he's got a six-pack. There's his six-pack and bulgingly big arms. Incredibly reactive-looking person. There's his hand. There's his other hand. Although you can't see it, he's got some strong legs as well. I've just happened to have put them behind his name because they wouldn't fit in otherwise. Anyway, Suzi takes one look. She says, this is love. And she decides she's going to ditch poor old Zach. Malcolm displaces him, and we end up with... Yeah, so there we've got Malcolm Magnesium and Suzi Sulphate together in what should be love. I should have copied that little heart there. Let's have that little heart coming across. It's the same heart. We look, they're in love. And unless somebody more reactive than Malcolm Magnesium comes along, and let's face it, there can't be many people more reactive than him, this will be a long-lasting relationship. I know what you're thinking. What about the other characters in the story? What about Nicola Nitrate? Here she is. She's lovely, as you can tell. What about Patricia Permanganate? Oh, let's pause there. So Nicola Nitrate, here she is. She's wearing some trousers and some shoes. She's got short hair, so why not? There he is. There's Nicola Nitrate. So who was that? That was Nicola Nitrate. And this was, that's Patricia Permanganate. I'll swap the names over. Patsy Permanganate. And in this particular set of relationships, they cannot displace Suzi because they are of the cation variety. No, they're not. They're of the anion variety, and so they can't do so. That was my 5 minutes of the Suzi Sulphate story. You will never forget it. It also explains that Colin Copper, or Copper, is more reactive than Zach Zink, who's also more reactive than Ian Iron, who is less reactive than Malcolm Magnesium. Wow, my writing is getting worse as I go along. And so we're getting more reactive as we go down that list. That was Colin, wasn't it? Okay, I hope you enjoyed my beautiful story. Take care, bye.